What's going on, friends? My name is Justin Murphy, and I am the founder of iCoach Nutrition. Now, you're probably thinking, what is iCoach Nutrition? What does it stand for? And how are you and your team any different than any of these other nutrition coaching companies out there in the world? Well, here's what I'll say. Let's start it off with the definition. So what iCoach Nutrition is all about is we take a 100% individualized approach towards you and helping you reach your goals. We're not some cookie cutter template, we're not some meal plan, we're not some set of macros, we're not some fancy app. But what we are we're a coach, we're a team that's gonna help you, it's gonna meet you where you are in this nutrition journey, and we're gonna help to take you where you wanna be. We're so sick and tired of all of these different diets, all of these different gurus, all of these people out there saying a million different things. It's information overload and it's confusing to you, the end consumer. Our promise to you is that we're gonna help you discover how to truly live your best life. We're gonna help you feel, look, and perform your best. And we're gonna do that by educating you and equipping you with all of the tools that you need in order to find long-term success with nutrition and your lifestyle.
Hey guys, it's Monica. I wanted to just do a little video, a video testimony, if you will, about my nutrition journey from this past year. I got some awesome insights and personal growth from it, and I wanted to share some of those insights with you guys to maybe it could help someone out there. But I started getting into nutrition for many years. It was all about vanity, right? Trying to look good, look like my friends at the CrossFit gym, make sure that I have those toned arms, toned butt, even trying for a six-pack, that doesn't happen just like that. Just eating fewer calories and working out more doesn't just give you this glorious athletic body. But I went through a lot of diet trends, different nutritional lifestyles, and when I did start each of those, it always worked. I always lost weight, lost body fat, but then I guess after I plateaued or after my body was used to that diet or nutritional lifestyle, I just went back to how I was, and that was feeling sluggish and also gaining a little bit of weight again. So there wasn't really a maintained outlook or maintained process around my nutrition. So I decided to try it again this past year with Justin Murphy. And I explained to him, hey, you know what? I've done paleo, I've done vegan, I've done vegetarian, I've done macro counting, I've done restricting calories, I've even done a special K diet way back in the day when it was a big thing. So I've done all these things, but nothing has kept. And I'm always unhappy with it, because once I start to do something, I do it well, and I expect the results because I'm doing it to the T. But it was different this year. So when I started with Justin Murphy, it was also when I started with a wellness ministry at my church, at Watermark Community Church, and it was really cool how it all started at the same time. I went on this 12-week embarkation of understanding wellness from the inside out. There's a spiritual element to it and also a physical element. And then, so I was able to learn about what it means to be well from the inside out, spiritually, first. And then the physical side, I was able to learn more about the nutrition with Justin Murphy, and I was able to still work out with the Well Ministry. And so I had all of these different components coming together, but it all started with the fact that I need to first acknowledge that I was idolizing fitness, and I was really working out to try and look a certain way, and I was restricting calories to try and look a certain way, but that just wasn't fulfilling innately, and I needed to check my heart. So I learned that through the Well Ministry, that my body is meant to do a lot of great things, and it's meant to steward for God's purposes. And the way that I treat my body, whether it's through maintaining a physical physique or destroying my body by not recovering well and not eating enough. I'm doing it to my body, and it's not glorifying to God. And so what I learned from Justin through, I would say, about 6 months of just being coached by him, what I learned was that before even trying to find a goal, what is it that I want to do with nutrition? What is my underlying goal? What is the root cause of all these other issues? And what we did was, instead of trying to find, like, here's a macro that you should stick to and here are the exercises you should do in order to look this certain way, it was more about, how are you feeling now? Let's take a really good look at where you are now from a biofeedback standpoint. And we spent a significant amount of time understanding what that looks like, just a current situation analysis of what's going on with my body and how I'm feeling, and also tracking my food daily for weeks to understand what it is that I'm putting into my body, and then also how often I'm working out. So during that time, I committed to not do CrossFit and just do some weightlifting at the gym, but also be a part of the WELL ministry at church, where we did some physical activity as well, lots of HIIT training. But going through the last, the 12 weeks of WELL, and also understanding my nutrition from where it was, and then tweaking my nutrition and adding in some other habits like sleeping well and de-stressing, things like that, all of that combined helped me understand that my goal isn't to look a certain way. My goal is to feel good in my body, in the body that was given to me, but obviously, exercising and being physically fit is important, because this helps you be fit in the long run. This helps you lead a healthy life so that you can grow old and be mobile and be active. But it was also important that I recovered well by making sure that I was feeding my body what it needed for the amount of exercise and work that I was doing. So I learned that eating for performance is a big thing, and so I shouldn't be afraid of carbs. I am still paleo based, and I'll make sure that I have a good amount of carbs before and after I work out. But all of this to say, in the last 6 weeks, through the WELL ministry at church and with consistent and mindful coaching from Justin Murphy, I learned that I feel great. I'm an able-bodied person. I am fit. I don't care that I don't look like my friends at the gym, but I feel amazing. I sleep well. I wake up with energy. I don't need caffeine. I eat whatever I want to eat, but guess what? I'm eating healthy. I'm eating nutritious foods. Simply because I want to, because I want to feel good. I remember what it feels like to eat well, and I want to continue on that. And so, I work out in the field for Starbucks, and so I always have this huge lunch box that I take with me in the car, and it is filled with all the nutritious foods, all the good carbs. I just had a paleo chicken quesadilla, cassava flour tortilla with mashed sweet potatoes instead of refried beans, some grilled chicken, some paleo hot sauce for some spice. I also had a vegan yogurt because I'm lactose intolerant. I learned through this journey. But man, I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling recovered, and my mind is at peace, and I just feel like I now have a control of my life, and I want to feed my body good things, and I want to make sure that it is resting and recovering well, and that has a lot to do with feeding my body the right foods, and also making sure that I rest, and by listening to my body. If I'm extremely sore, or if I've not worked out, if I'm extremely sore and I've not slept well, then I should not be working out. And so there's just this huge paradigm shift with the last 6 months or so, just understanding what my body means and what wellness means from a spiritual standpoint, and then understanding the importance of what I put into my body, and how it affects how I feel and how I look and how I perform in the gym through nutrition. So I really encourage you guys to take a step back and think about what it is that you want for your life, for your body, for wellness. What does fit mean to you? And is it to look a certain way? Is it vanity? I mean, if it is vanity, I would ask you to check your heart, because that is not life-giving. It's all about, how do you love this body by resting well, by moving well, by performing well, by eating well. So biofeedback is a big thing, as well as changing your mind and your perspective on really what the core issues and root causes are for where you are right now. I know this was a long post, but I just wanted to share with you my short testimony. I'm still on this journey, but I tell you what, I am feeling amazing, and I'm getting some definition in my body, but that just kind of came with being, you know, pretty disciplined with what I'm eating. But it's only because I want to, and I'm eating really well, and I enjoy cooking now. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. We'd love to talk to you more about it, anywhere from a spiritual standpoint to a physical standpoint. Really, if you had questions about the physical aspect, like fitness and nutrition. But
so basically, I thought I was the only one who could be tracking my macros, and, you know, I thought I had a good mindset, but would be thinking about food, you know, 90% of the day. It consumed me. I couldn't think about anything else. I listened to a podcast yesterday that described to the T what is going on in my head, and it took until that moment for it to really click for me. And thank God that Justin is patient with me and, you know, just keeps repeating the same mantras over and over again. So what was happening is I would be tracking my macros, and I would go away for a weekend and have the screw it mentality, and all I would want to do was gorge myself. And it stemmed from the fact that when I'm home and in my routine, that's when I'm, you know, on the wagon. If I go away for a weekend, I'm off the wagon, and because I know I won't be allowed to eat like that when I come back. And I was listening to a podcast that was saying the issue is that when I feel like I need to stop tracking, or I need to eat intuitively, I didn't trust my body not to just sit on the couch or sit up in my bed and gorge myself on pizza and ice cream all the time, all day, every day. I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust my body. And, you know, the RD who answered that was like, yeah, that's honestly normal that you might do that for a couple days, but, you know, chances are you're not going to like the way you feel after you do something like that, and it won't last. And if you listen to your body and you trust your body, it will want nourishing things. And that's exactly how I felt. And I felt ashamed, and I was like, I would always think, what's wrong with me that I felt that way? And that's why I couldn't let go of tracking macros. Even Justin wants me to stop tracking macros. The first time he said it, I, you know, almost had a panic attack. It brought so much anxiety to me. Just the thought of not controlling that aspect of my life. You know, it stems from, you know, feeling like I need to be in control of something. Yet, on the flip side, it consumed me to the point where I was no longer in control. Food controlled my life, and this is kind of day one post epiphany, but you know, I thank God that Justin has been so patient and, you know, just so great on coaching me, but kind of letting me figure things out for myself and just kind of guiding me and holding my hand. I don't think I could have come to this conclusion without him, good suggestions about podcasts, but it's a good feeling that I can trust my body and change this mindset. And, it took someone else saying that, hey, me too, like, that's how I feel, for me to accept the fact that I'm just human. These urges and these cravings were normal, and they were a result of over restriction and, letting my nutrition, knowledge, and obsession get the best of me. I was like, why can't I just be happy and not think about food all the time? So I feel like the biggest weight is lifted off my shoulders, and I just want to spread the word, because chances are, if I felt like that, someone else does, and trust me, it's miserable. I get it. So I am really excited for my future. This is day 1 of not tracking, and I actually just took pictures of my food to keep myself accountable. And I don't know about you, but that looks pretty delicious. And it's not tracked. So, super excited. Can't wait to see what's in store. And I can't be more proud of myself. And